Let's talk about what's happened in the first quarter of the year. We're at the very, it's the end of March.
Mm.
State of the Union, where are we at in the real estate industry in California, the West Coast? What is your
Yeah.
point of view?
So I think there's something we need to appreciate right now, right? March 31st, end of Q1 as we go forward. And again, the beauty of what I like to do is I just share what's going on. So if you go back and look at my history of videos, 9 months ago, I was telling you it was probably the best time ever to do two things. One is to lock up a flip, that you can get in and out of in 30 days, given where I saw inventory coming, and that turned out to be really well. And the other thing for real estate agents was go get listings because you'd be able to sell anything you touched. Both turned out to be remarkably right, and we were early. And if you took action, congratulations. If you're Adrian and you got 15 flips acquired in Q1, good for you, because you can get out by the summer and you'll have the pick the litter on your deals. As we exit Q1, I think we should all realize that the next 12 months are not, underscore, bold letters, italics, not going to be like the last 12 months. And we need to appreciate that on all levels. That is going to have ramifications, some good and some bad, right? So interest rates were unnaturally forced lower the last 12 months. They are going to creep up the next 12 months. Inventory was artificially forced lower. Inventory is going to come back. I'm calling it the transition from dark to light. If you watch my daily financial news, I was telling you a year ago, we're in a dark tunnel. I don't know where it's going. There's a speck of light, but we don't know how far away it is. And light got closer. And now we're standing at the edge. I would say we're still at the very edge of the tunnel. So technically, if you're a negative person or if you want to find bad data, you can find it. But right in front of you is like sunshine, no clouds. We are going to have an amazing next 12 months. As real estate agents, what I would tell you to do today is you got to be really careful, because the last year or so, it has all been about listings and then stuff sold quickly. I think it's still that way. You're going to have to work a little bit harder, but please do not forget about your buyers. It is going to transition as inventory goes from a record low of 1 million and slowly builds to 1.5 and then 2 and then 2.5 and 3 million. These are national numbers, right? We are at a balanced market at about 3.3, 3.4 units, and we are so far away from that. It's not funny, but it is coming back. And the reason I say this is if you don't take care of your buyers now and touch base and follow up, they will, and I promise you, walk into an open house sometime this summer, maybe in August, maybe in September. They will feel so frustrated. That open house agent who's had their license for 3 seconds is going to go, whoa, I don't got any offers yet. And they're going to write an offer right there with that person. And they're going to celebrate the quick win. And you're going to have lost hours and hours of your time. So follow up, make sure you're touching base, follow up more than you were the last 6 months, because it's going to transition to buyers having the power. I think what will happen by late Q3, early Q4 is the most perfect, cleanest, best location properties will sell remarkably well above asking, like we're seeing today. But it's going to be that next 80% that's going to linger. Days on market's going to extend. And if you're not careful, you could lose out on well-deserved commission to another agent who just happens to be at the right place at the right time. So again, I think we're just about to enter a gangbuster year. It's going to be, close to the roaring 20s, which means GDP could be up 7, 8, 9, even 10%. That means inflation could be up. So interest rates will be higher in a year. Tell your buyers, now's the time, right? The Fed is forcing rates lower. They probably can do that for another 6 to 18 months. But at some point, a raging economy is going to force interest rates up. And you won't be able to get something with a 3 on it. It could have a high 4 or even, God forbid, a low 5. And that's going to slow down the market. So that's kind of where my mind's at. I'm not sure if I hit what you were looking for, Ty, but that's kind of the state of the union, I think.